Now let me introduce you four very important concepts in Tableau: dimensions and measures, and discrete and continuous. So if we look at the data pane, the fields from the original data are broken into dimensions and measures. Measures are values of fields that carry quantitative information, so they are to be aggregated, like sum of cells, average age, so on and so forth. Dimensions, on the other hand, carry qualitative and categorical information. They add details and segments to measures and label with rows and columns. And dimensions are to be separated. If we look at the data pane, dimensions can be category name and subcategory name. Measures are sold volumes, liked count, GMV. So if we look at the data, the bar charts over here, the sum of sold are from measures and category name from dimensions. And we can see that for each category, Tableau aggregates sum of cells to the category. So that is to say, the dimensions add segments to measures. And measures are to be aggregated, and the category name is to be separated and labeled with the member of the category name. So this is the difference between measures and dimensions. Another two important concepts are discrete and continuous. Discrete and continuous are only how to visualize dimensions and measures. Discrete is to show measures, is to show values individually separated and distinct. So Tableau gives you a header and colored with blue. Continuous, on the other hand, show discrete and continuous without interruption. So Tableau gives you an axis and label the field with green. You can imagine discrete as the ice in the cup and continuous as water in the cup. Again, let's look at the bar charts. The sum of sold volumes is colored with green and the category name colored with blue, which means the sum of sold values is continuous and the category name is discrete. So if I look at the sold volume here, Tableau gives you an axis. And they're continuous because if you select the number, they're not separated. On the other hand, when you click on the category name, Tableau gives you individual member of category, which means they are discrete, they are distinct, they are separated. Okay, that's the difference between green and blue, discrete and continuous. Because discrete and continuous are only how to visualize data, so either dimensions and the measures can be discrete and continuous, depending on your needs. So by default, the date time is discrete from dimensions. So I'm dragging and dropping sold volumes to rows and add segments from dimensions using the created time. And as you can see, the year is spring, which means they are distinct, they are discrete. So you click on the header, you can separate them. This is distinct year value. Let me drop this and change the created time to continuous. The created time is still under dimensions, but if I drag the created time to columns, Tableau gives you an axis. So if you click the year, they're not separated. Okay? But because the year of created time is still under dimensions, they are add segments to the sum of sold volumes. If you look at the year 2000, So this point means the sum of sold volumes is aggregated into segment year of credit time 2000. The only difference between the discrete and continuous year is that Tableau uses axis or header for your information. Okay, we learned about these dimensions, measures, discrete, and continuous. Let me close it and demo you how to connect to data and build worksheets and dashboard in Tableau. Now open up a new workbook. The first thing we should do is to connect to our data file. I'm using the CSV file, which is a text file, and you navigate to the path where you store your data and click on Open. Now the original data is shown on data grid. And you can see that each field, Tableau is very smart. They can recognize the field with the color discrete or continuous, or the data type as numeric or year or text. So let's go to the worksheet to build our very first visualization. First, I will drag and drop sold volumes to rows and category name to columns. So Tableau built a bar chart for us and rename it as bar chart. I can also sort on the axis to sort sold volumes in descending order. And I click on this tab, New Worksheet, to create another one. But this time, I'm using another way to create visualization. By multi-selecting the fields I want to build worksheet, and click on the Show Me, and select the recommended graph, scatter plot. Now this time Tableau built a graph for us. I rename it as scatter plot. Okay, now Tableau already colored the view with category name. I also can add some transparency on the graph and change the size of the mark a little bit bigger and label the mark with category name. The detail is dimensions. Let me rephrase that. The detail means the level of granularity in the view. If you drag dimensions on the detail, it means that to add segments to the view. If I click the subcategory name on details, now your view has been segmented into subcategory. And if I hover my pointer to one mark, it shows me the information on column shelf, row shelves, and information on the marks card. I can also edit tooltip. Add a title on it, and click OK. Again, hover my pointer to one mark. Now the text I added appears in the tooltip. I can also change the shape of the marks. Okay, now build two worksheets. One is a bar chart, another is a scatter plot. Now I'm going to build a dashboard by clicking on New Dashboard tab. I'm dragging and dropping the views I want to build on the dashboard and change the size of the view by choosing between entire view or standard or fit hash, whatever you want. I only want to remove the color legend here because it's too long. Now I also choose the Show Dashboard title and change the dashboard title to Demo. See? Okay, now I'm going to add a filter on the dashboard. The filter is like what Excel does. That is to add some conditions to your dashboard and set the limits of the data shown. I'm clicking on the bar charts and select the Use as Filter icon here. And if I click the mark on the bar charts, it adds conditions to scatter plot. Okay. This is how we connect to data, build worksheets and dashboard in Tableau. In our next few lessons, we will learn in detail how to build advanced worksheets or dashboard in Tableau.